All right, y'all. I'm here today to talk to y'all about. Okay, y'all. Today's video is about do not try to disrespect witches and do not owe witches money. Don't play with witches about money and don't disrespect a witch. I'm going to give y'all an example of what disrespecting a witch or owing a witch money can do to your life. So back in the day, I was friends with this OG dude. And basically, like, I knew the dude liked me. He was feeling for me, but I never really wanted to holler at him like that. It was basically just somebody that I did a little business for. You know, I used to be the middleman in things as well. Like, I would hook one street person up with another street person, or I'd hook this dealer up with this person for something. And anyway, we had kind of a friendship because of that. Well, I don't remember exactly what happened because I was about 20, let's say 27 when this happened. So the OG dude gets mad at me, and I know he's jealous because I got dudes. You know what I'm saying? I got dudes. Like, I'm dating somebody. I'm 27 years old, and he's really wanting to holler, but he's older. And I'm, like, not really feeling him like that. So he called himself, like, cussing me out on the phone about something. And I was, like, thinking to myself, you know, he got me fucked up. You know what I mean? He just disrespected me because you mad because I'm talking to other people. So I put some work in on his ass to have a car accident. Probably about like 3 months later, he started wanting to come around again and call me again. And I'm thinking, you know what? I might need to hook up here and there to connect to two of my business people together, street business. So I might need them for something. So I'm like, whatever. So he calls me like, what's up? What's up? How you doing? I'm like, I'm doing good. What's going on with you? Oh, I'm doing good. You know, I just want to say I'm sorry about us getting into it. You know, I want to come through and see how you doing. And I said, okay, come on through. So when he came through, I noticed he had a different car than what he used to have. So I said, when'd you get this car? He said, oh, I just got this car. You know, I had a car accident. I said, oh, did you? He said, oh, yeah, my car got totaled, tore up. I said, oh, okay. You know, I knew the whole time. I put that work in on his ass. So we cool again, you know. We chopping it up. You know, we doing business together. I'll connect him with a couple of people I know that, I don't know if I should be saying this on video. And I know I told y'all my dad was a cop, but, you know, this is the kind of shit I did. So I would connect him with people that had like weight or had different business moves because he was a businessman as well. The OG dude I'm telling you about was a businessman, owned legal businesses, worked a regular job, but did a lot of street shit. So we started chopping it up again, and I told him, you know, I started putting them in connections and action with different people that I knew for different things. And so that was cool. It was cool. Everything was choppy. It was great. So one day he hits me up and like, hey, what you want to eat for dinner? I'm going to cook something for dinner for you. I'm going to cook something. I said, well, I don't know. You know, I eat seafood. I like seafood. I like everything seafood. She's like, okay, I'm going to cook you dinner. I have it ready. Just come on over. I said, okay. So I get there and it's like 9:30 at night. Mind you, you know, I'm thinking this is pretty late, but I'm going to go ahead and show up. He cooking all this shit. I'm good. I'm going to show up. So it goes on, and it's almost 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, the food still ain't ready. So I'm thinking, I got to make moves. You know what I'm saying? I got to go. I'm out of here. Because I had something else I had to do. Back then, I was kicking it with some Colombians and some Africans that I was just doing different connections with. I had different connections. I helped a lot of people get their paperwork right in this country and different things. That's all I can say. I don't want to say too much on this video. And then I was helping some African people, friends that I had in business that had came to America. I was doing a lot of things, helping people. And I had something I had to do. So I'm like, it's late, dude. You know, I got to go. It's some things I got to do. And then he was like, what the fuck? Like, why are you leaving? I'm like, because it's 11. I can't, how long you expect me to stay? So I left. So he rushes out the door and tries to, like, put me in a headlock. This motherfucker tried to put me in a headlock. In the midst of him trying to put me in a headlock, my earrings fell to the ground. He tried to put me, he's like, motherfucker. He was like, when he put me in a headlock, he's like, motherfucker, I done did all this shit and cooked all this expensive ass shit and you can't stay. And I was like, what the fuck? I looked at him like, what the fuck? I just took my shit and fucking left. So I think it was like the next couple of days, like I called him and cussed him out on the phone. Because this is before text was really like all that. And I said, you put me in a headlock, you put hands on me and shit. Think he had hit me in the head or some shit or slapped me in the head and put me in a headlock. I said, I'm going to kill your motherfucking ass. I'm going to kill you. And he said, oh, motherfucker, fuck you and all this shit and all that. Hung up the phone. So then again, he came back trying to holler at me again. I was like, this motherfucker will never give up. He just want to be friends with me so bad. So at that time, I ain't going to say too much, but he owned a business. And I went by to frequent that business, to put work on that business. He thought we was all cool and everything was over. So not only did I put work on the business so the business closed, but I put the work in so that he's not here anymore. So when he thought we had made up and we talking and chopping it up, he said, I remember that time you said you was going to kill me. And I was looking at him like, yeah. Probably about 6 months after that, he died. All because of disrespect. Just because I'm a woman, just because I got a soft voice, just because whatever, don't think you can disrespect me and the slate is going to be clean. Because I play for keeps. Not only do I play for keeps, once I don't fuck with you no more, I don't fuck with you no more forever. Another story time. Part 2, a different story. I knew somebody who owned a trucking company. And they had different people in their lives that worked magic and practiced magic and witches and stuff like that in their life that was putting shit on them to fuck up their business. And I knew that. So I told them, you need protection work. If you need the protection work, I'll do the protection work for you. This is how much it's going to cost. Okay, it's all good. This is how much it's going to cost. Okay. Do the protection work. Do the protection work for them. They end up making a hell of a lot of money. Like $16,000 in a couple of days from their trucking business. Which usually they would make $16,000 that fast. It was unusual. They would make maybe $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a day at the point where they were at that time. But they end up like tripling the money that they usually make is what I'm trying to say. It was getting $10,000, $16,000, $20,000 jobs like as soon as I did it. So they paid me part of the money but didn't pay all of it. So I'm contacting them eventually. You know, I give them a couple of weeks. I give them 30 days. You know, when you going to run me my money? Because I told you, if you don't pay me my money, it's going to be issues. Oh, we're going to pay it. We're going to pay it. We don't have it. Like, we don't have it, but telling me, like, all these jobs that you got, but then you ain't got the money to pay me. I said, okay. They think it's a joke. I'm going to just go ahead and let Spirit handle it. In this case, I didn't do nothing to them. The Spirit that I asked to help them already knew that if they didn't pay their money, and that was already the agreement, that shit was going to go down. So I didn't even put work in at this time. I didn't do anything. But what had ended up happening is that they were doing a load. They were in the mountains. And all of a sudden, their brakes went out. Not only did their brakes go out, they caught on fire. And they almost fell off of a cliff and lost their lives. And so basically, the truck was dangling on the side of a cliff, about to just completely go off the cliff. After that shit happened and their life flashed before their eyes, I think they realized that you don't need to play with this spiritual shit. So I'm here just to tell y'all tonight, If you have a spiritual practitioner that is doing work for you on your behalf, do not disrespect that practitioner. No matter how they look, no matter what you think about them, don't disrespect them. And second, if they were kind enough to give you a payment arrangement for the work that you asked for, don't be late on your payments. Don't tell them you won't have the money. And don't play games with a witch about their money. Because if you do, shit like that can happen to you. And that's all I wanted to say. Y'all have a great evening.